Trump or Biden? Who will win? This is an unusual video that I am doing for you. But however, I'm not going to deviate from my own commitment to spirituality and study of consciousness. So I'm going to answer this question through the eyes of Vasistha, who is one of the greatest yogis in the Indian tradition. In this text called Yoga Vasistha, there are two kings who are fighting. And one wins, of course. And the two people worshipped the goddess of learning and education and music, Saraswati, and they both prayed to Saraswati. And the wife of the king, who lost and also eventually killed by the other king, was upset with Saraswati. And my husband also prayed to you, as well as the other guy, and you are unfair, and you just did not help my husband. Saraswati said, no, that's not true. It is true that both these guys are my devotees. They trusted in me, and then they prayed so hard. And simply I answered their prayers. Your husband was tired of being a king, and he considered this world as Maya, and I'm done with this Maya. Please liberate me from this Maya, which is the illusion. So he didn't want to win. He just wanted liberation of his spirit from his body. So how can that happen? Only through his defeat. So I answered his prayer. He wanted liberation, and he died, and he is liberated. Whereas the other guy, he wanted to win the war, and then wanted to kill your husband and take the kingdom. And that's exactly what happened. Did I play any role? The goddess said, no, I did not play any role. I simply answered their prayer. It's what is important for everyone, not in this particular situation. In everyone, I allow people to have their will to be done, their prayers being answered. So if the husband did not succeed because he did not want to, and of course, by now you would have judged what I am arriving at in answering the question whether Trump or Biden. I have observed at least 3 presidential elections, and I had pretty good intuition about what was going to happen, and that intuition is based upon the consciousness of the people. Starting with Bush. Al Gore did get the popular vote, but Bush became the president. The same answer. Al Gore did not want to win. And how do we know? We know when there was a court case and then it went to the Supreme Court. During the entire period, I've been watching television. Bush said that I won. If Clinton is not going to give me charge, and I will establish a private foundation, and that foundation will fund the interim government. There was no doubt in George W. Bush's mind that he did not win. I won. Whereas what happened with Al Gore, whenever people asked, he said, let's wait, I'm not sure. Okay. So what is important is your consciousness. Your consciousness is very important. I knew this in the case of Obama versus Hillary when they were running for the primary. I knew very well. I don't want to go into the details, but Obama has the audacity of hope. He was audacious. Yes, I am a black person and I'm the junior most senator. I don't have money. Hillary may have all the other, plus points, but who won the primary and the nomination? Obama, and won also. The same thing is to happen in this election or forever. You become as you think. Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. You become as you think. So that gives the answer. So I'm not going to give you the answers, though intuitively I know who will. And whoever thinks that he is the president, and I just want to add one point that President Trump said, I'm also thinking about the third term, which I, justfully deserve because the Democrats did not allow me to do my job in the first term. The second term, of course, I'm winning. The third term will be given to me as a compensation for what I was due for and which I did not get. So look at his consciousness. People think it's unconstitutional, it cannot happen. It is true, it's unconstitutional, etc. But what I'm looking at is the consciousness of the individual. If you have a loser's consciousness, then you will lose. If you have a winner's consciousness, you will win. Don't put the blame on God. That is the message. God will go with you. If you are negative, then you will lose. If you are 100% certain that I am going to win, you are going to win. And that is the answer. So the lesson for everyone is, you take responsibility for if you are a winner. If you lose, and you take the responsibility too. God is not responsible for your winning or your losing. It's all your positivity, your own self-esteem, and that is the most important thing. Then you can say, well, the blacks voted, the Hispanics voted this way, that way. Yes, that's true. I'm not saying that may not be true, that may be true, but the real truth to me as a spiritual person is that you are responsible. So I wanted to do this video just to get across the idea that you create your own reality. You are a winner or you are a loser, depending on what your consciousness is. Protect your consciousness with all positive thoughts and be in the moment, and don't look at the data. Like Trump is not looking at the data and then is frustrated because the polls are saying that he's 10 points below Joe Biden. But for him, this doesn't matter. He says, no, this is fake news. This is not going to work. You will see what happens. So, it's on the one hand, it's the people who vote for him that decides the outcome. On the other hand, the individual decides. They are not, mutually exclusive. The individual is more important. So what you have to do is, so far if you have not been successful, take responsibility for that and then create as much positivity as possible and self-esteem, and that will give you the success. God bless.